Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 recreation speed build, which is a series where I recreate a TV or movie set into The Sims 4. So today I'm going back to a build that I did last week, which was Bob's Burgers restaurant, which is just the downstairs. I didn't do the house yet, but I'm doing it right now. So yeah, here is the upstairs of that building, the house where they live, and it was pretty interesting building this. I won't say it was hard. It wasn't necessarily hard, but I was having a lot of trouble with the colors. That's usually a thing in all the builds that I do from animation things. The colors are just so off always. Ugh. It's the one thing that I wish we had a color wheel for, because I could change everything so easily and make it perfect, but no, we don't have a color wheel in The Sims 4, so I have to make do with the color swatches that they have, which do not really match up with some of the wall colors and things like that in the house, some of the furniture. For the most part, it's okay. I did have to extend the back of the house a little bit. I just did that a little while ago, but yeah, it didn't affect the restaurant any. I just kind of left some empty space down there, and I made the storage room bigger. I didn't build the basement. I said I might in the last video, but I didn't. I just, yeah, maybe I'll build it before I upload it quickly, but that is not a guarantee, so, you know, don't expect the basement to be there. But yeah. So for the color scheme, in the house for the walls, there is a sort of tan upper wall color, and then there is a bottom paneling that is green. Well, they don't have anything like that in The Sims 4, so what I did was I went for a swatch that has kind of green on the top and it's gray on the bottom. I thought that was probably the closest I was going to get to the look of the apartment, so that's what I decided to go for. And then the floors, the floors were difficult because I couldn't tell in many of the episodes whether this floor was carpet or wood. I decided in the end it was wood. I have a carpet down now, but I do change it to be a wood floor eventually. I think I saw some panel lines from the floor. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. The thing about cartoons is that they change a lot, actually. Sometimes the colors are completely different. In some of the screenshots, I think I saw that the floor was blue, and then it was red in some of them, and then it was more of a tan depending on the lighting, I guess, or just that particular screenshot. So I really had to do a lot of guessing here and try to figure out what exactly color scheme I wanted to go with that looked the best. I do think it turned out pretty well, though, in the end. Maybe the colors don't match 100%, but I think everything else is pretty good. I mean, usually I struggle pretty hard with the layout of things in The Sims 4. It never lines up correctly when you try to build something, especially in animation. Like, they don't have any constraints when they draw something. One room can be at one size when they're in it, and then a completely different size when they're showing the outside of the house. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. So I did have a little bit of trouble getting the proportions and just the everything right in the house, but I think I did the best that I could. Some things are slightly off. I think the hallway is kind of small for what I ended up with, and that kind of thing, but for the most part, I think it's alright. I mean, Bob and Linda's bedroom is pretty small as well. I didn't have space to put the dresser on the right side of the wall. I'm not 100% sure if the bathroom is usable. I didn't playtest this. I meant to before I started this narration, but I didn't, so yeah, I'm not 100% sure if you can use the bathroom or not. I think probably. I mean, after all the building I've done, I think I know most of the limitations, how you can put things, how close you can put things together, I mean, and have them still work out. So I think you can probably use the bathroom. I guess I'll play test it before I upload it just to make sure, because I can move it slightly, but I don't really want to because it looks better the way I have it. The one thing they do have in The Sims 4, though, miraculously, is the bathroom, or not the bathroom, goodness, the kitchen counters and that whole color scheme. It has a green wood counter, and then the countertop is brown. So that actually worked out really well. That's the only thing that I think I matched the color scheme perfectly with, was that one. The kitchen turned out pretty well, actually. I really like the kitchen. I think the proportions are just perfect for that one. I fit everything perfectly, and there's no extra space. You can use everything, I'm quite sure, because I didn't really even have to mess with the move objects in that one. I just rotated the table. There's only 4 chairs, though. So if you have the whole family in here, one of them can't sit down. I'm sorry. There's no bigger tables in The Sims 4. Actually, okay, I'm lying. There is bigger tables in The Sims 4, but they come with the backyard stuff pack, and I do not have that one. I only am lacking like 2 packs of the whole Sims 4 game. I don't have the backyard stuff pack. I don't have the fitness stuff pack. Wait, actually there's another one. Spooky stuff. I don't have that pack either. So those are the 3 packs that I'm missing of the game, but everything else I have. So yeah, there is a 6-seater table, round table in the backyard stuff pack, but I don't know if it even works indoors. Also, it would be too big in that kitchen, so the 4-seater works just fine in my opinion. I'm working on Tina's room right now, which actually turned out pretty good because there is a whole unicorn set of furniture that already comes with The Sims 4. There's a ton of unicorn stuff in The Sims 4, which is just perfect, honestly. I think I already said that, but yeah, all the unicorn stuff is great. It works out really well for Tina's bedroom because she loves unicorns. That's like her thing, you know? And I think I got the proportions pretty well of this room. Everything that is supposed to be in there is in there, and it fits nicely. So I think that room is good. And just for the record, I will try to get screenshots of all these rooms so you can kind of compare my build side by side with the real thing. But sometimes screenshots are hard, so it should be a little bit easier with this, with Bob's Burgers. I think there are plenty of screenshots that I should be able to get for most of these rooms, so that should work out just fine. But some of my builds are very hard to get screenshots of the rooms. Like, there's always awkward people in the screenshots, or it turns out to be a really grainy, blurry photo that you can hardly even see the room behind it in. So that just, yeah. It's hard to get screenshots sometimes, but I think it should be fine for this particular build. I wasn't 100% sure about the colors of Louise's room. Some of the screenshots and the lightings that I was looking at just didn't really match up, and I did watch some of the episodes of this show, but some of the I started at the beginning because I always do that when I start a recreation build. I just start at season 1 and start watching the episodes to see the house in them. I actually did skip forward though to the bed and breakfast episode. I don't even remember. I think that's in season 1. I think it might be episode 6. I could be totally wrong on that, but one of the episodes pretty early on, they host a bed and breakfast, and I use that for a lot of my reference photos because, well, I was watching the episode and they show all the bedrooms in that episode and the whole house because they're, you know, hosting people in their homes, so you do see a lot of the house in that particular episode. That's why I honestly love recreating things that I've seen many times, because I can know which episode to go and look back at when I'm trying to build. I know which episode shows the house off the best, so I just go to those episodes specifically instead of trying to watch the entire thing, which I have to do for builds that I have never watched the series before. It's just, yeah, I built the Kent farmhouse. That was difficult. That was very difficult. But this one was easier. Everything except the color scheme worked out very well, I think. There's a lot of children furniture. Tina's room also, I forgot to mention, is full of children's furniture, and I'm not sure if you will make her a teen or not in your Sims game if you end up using this, but I'm sorry if you do, because I don't know if she can use all of that furniture that's in there. I think she probably can, to be honest. I don't think there's really any restrictions on what kind of dresser you can use and that kind of thing. I've seen the adults sit at children's desks before many times. When I built my library for my Newcrest town, all the adults sat upstairs at the children's desks and computers. And that was just like, ugh. I was just like, why? Why do you do that, Sims? I guess theoretically they were closer than the downstairs computers, but I mean, not really, so yep, that happened. Anyway, I think, like I mentioned earlier in the build, Bob and Linda's room is pretty small. I do extend it a little bit, which is why the hallway ends up being smaller. The hallway is big to begin with, though. There's so much extra space somehow. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, there's a really big landing by the stairs. But it works for The Sims because you don't need anything else in the bedrooms, and you should be able to navigate and use everything in those bedrooms, so I think it's fine, to be honest. But anyway, that's pretty much the end of the build. I'm just working on the bathroom, and then I go through and add some extra decor things, just little things that I saw in the screenshots that I like to add in my builds. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then.